Welcome to Centauri Stir-Fry. Today we'll be unboxing and reviewing DC Collectibles Batman Black and White statue by Frank Miller, the Joker. Stick around. Okay, first let's start off. It's the weekend again, so let's take a little sip from the heat-activated Watchman mug here. It's not coffee. I've been sipping on it for a little while, so that explains things. Alright, so initially, I wasn't really going to get this. This wasn't on my radar, but I thought I'd check it out. I had the DC Collectibles figure line that had Batman, Superman, Joker, all together like it wasn't a 3-pack. I bought them individually at a comic convention like several years ago, but later on they put it in a 3-pack. I even saw them at like Barnes and Nobles. But, so yeah, this wasn't on my radar, but I thought I'd check it out because it was pretty cheap. I found it cheap. So, on the side here, it shows some Frank Miller artwork. And this is from The Dark Knight Returns. You guys are aware of the story, I believe. Where Batman's old, comes out of retirement. The Joker is in like a catatonic state. I think that's the right word. My wife knows, but he's basically in an institution, not speaking, creeping everyone out, and the minute he sees Batman on the television, returning, being chased by the cops, he snaps out of it immediately because, puts on makeup. Implies that there is a love affair, a need to coexist type of thing. This need, he would never really want to kill Batman. He just wants to ruin his life, almost. And doing so, it's like his life is ruined without having Batman in it. So, I think this is when he's wearing he gets out of the asylum, he's on like in the comic, I think it's like a David Letterman type. They made an animated version of it where it's like Conan O'Brien. So it's the sign of times. On the back, we have this statue by Raphael Albuquerque, which I really like that guy's artwork, but I'm not a fan of this design. It looks strange to me. Damien, I've already done that. I like that a lot. Frank Whitley. So let's open him up. This is a pretty small box. He's really light. Hopefully he's not broken. This was like an internet purchase. I lied. I did not support my local comic book shop. But I got this knife. The right knife for the job. Okay? I'm going to open this thing up with style. Man, it's not even sharp. Alright, we're just going to have to slow. Got it. Bread knife. Let's go. There we go. Carving it. Carving it up. Yeah, anyway. Okay, so it's Dark Knight Returns Joker. These statues, I've gone over them, and I'll probably continue to go over them. I'm not going to get every one of them, like I've said in previous videos. I've kind of dropped up the line a little bit. Jesus. Okay. Baby Jesus. Come on. I've kind of dropped the line a little bit. Like I said, the endless variants have kind of killed it for me. But there's a Brayfogle coming out, I think in October. There's a Nightwing coming out. Man, I want a Nightwing. I would like a Tim Drake Robin, from the 90s, with the pants, the Neil Adams looking design thing. The Nightwing looks good. The Brayfogle Brayfogle's like, I met that guy at a convention a long time ago. I love that dude. That's my Batman. That's my artist. 89 Batman artist. Him and Aparo. I'm saying that right. Alright, here we go. It's real light. It's all cheap. Let's see. They're all separate from the base nowadays. I don't know why. I guess it just makes sense. There we go. The standard Batman Black and White. The first edition will always have the black. And then the second edition variants will have the white. So it looks like they are continuing with the 52 numbering. This is 2944 of 5200. So pretty simple. And these are all solid, and they're supposed to be polystone. So here he is, decked out in his talk show thing. Initially, it almost looked like there was a joint in one of the arms, so I'm glad to see that it's one solid piece. So it's cool. And the pose is odd, but it's definitely I can already tell it's Frank Miller style pose. It's really creepy looking though, just a tiny creepy looking. Kind of like, I don't know. This is like somebody who has no specific gender, perhaps, maybe. Because the Joker, I don't really consider him, even though he hangs out with Harley, who's obviously cute and dangerous and stuff like that. I just never really thought of them having any kind of sexual relationship or attention. Maybe with her, but not with him. I could be totally wrong. I could poop both below, but I always thought the Joker as some kind of ambivalent, I don't know, like, his only desire was mayhem, I don't think he really cared. That's not much to that statue. Wow, it's a great review. Okay. What do you freaking do? There's some plastic and packs in there. So here he is. The hair is a little, my initial impression is the hair is a little soft. Like there's not a whole lot of work done into this one. Really, honestly, for me, the face is a little disappointing. This is not my cup of tea. I really thought this would be slightly better. I'm looking at this and it just, there's hardly any detail whatsoever in the fingers, the hair, the eye sockets, the skin lines, like the laugh lines, which yeah, gotta show up. Yeah, you can hardly see him. I mean, you're not gonna see him because they're really not there. To be honest with you, I was hoping they would be there, but they're really not. I don't think this is the best review, but this isn't the best statue at all. I'm kind of a Joker fan. I'm a Batman fan, obviously. I mean, definitely a huge Frank Miller Dark Knight Returns fan. I grew up with that, and it's still relevant, and it still works. But this statue is just not. This is a very good example of why I probably don't go out and collect every Batman Black and White like I used to. And like I said before, this is the statue line that I started with, like a Darwin Cook, and all those other ones. I hunted them all down. I sold some of them, but I kept a lot of the ones that were dear to my heart, and they're all over there. That's why I was glancing over there, like the ones I have. I keep. But this one, I just think is kind of sloppy. I mean, there's some paint blotches. The suit is just, I guess they tried their best. It's really just the fine details. Like if they would have added those. I'm not sure who Alterton sculpted this. I don't know. Like that looks okay. I was hoping for that, but it's not that. It's not that at all. The hair is just very weird. It bugs me. It's like a wig. It's kind of a lazy picture. Now there's an older statue, the Batman by Frank Miller that they did, and I think that's great. I think if you can pick up any variant, or I'm sure they'll do it again. They will. And so far, there's only been the original black base and then the white variant, but I think it's awesome. And I've actually had that and I sold it because I didn't want any variants. I'm petty. I'm super petty. I'm petty. I gotta have all the black. So anyway, this is I don't know if I'm gonna keep this or not. It's pretty disappointing. Over here, I'm gonna go through a Joker review theme, just to show some other ones. But this is a picture that my niece drew me and colored. She's a good artist. Hope she sticks with it. Because I wanted to show this Harlequin. And they made several versions of this too. I think right when they released it, like a day later, they're like, okay, here's the second edition. So these are flooded. And they also made a 6-scale version, like a colored one, a full colored one. But I don't do that. But this is totally out of the animated series. This is probably, I mean, I have the premium format, but in my opinion, this is my favorite Harley Quinn statue that I have. I'm really looking forward to that Dio with Harley Quinn and Batman, the hyenas, on like a roller coaster filled with dynamite. I have Batman versus Killer Croc, Batman versus Superman, Dark Knight Returns. I think DC does some pretty good Dios, so I'm really excited for that. I'm getting that thing. That thing looks crazy. I don't care how big it is. Scale is not important to me. It's just a really cool thing. But this is straight out of the animated series, which of course I grew up with as well. And there are so many versions. You'll see this anywhere. This is One of the original ones. At the time, it was really hard to get. People were really trying to buy this thing up. She's blowing that. That's just like a little plastic resin piece. And you can kind of shift it any way you want. There's a lot of these. Just sticks in that little gun. She's blowing it. But I just love this thing so much. It's the best Harley Quinn statue I have. Just brings me right back to, like, you know, early 90s. Coming home from high school. Even when I probably should have been, I don't know, doing cool things like vandalism or street fighting or, you know, Satan worshiping or smoking things. I rush home and watch that animated series. And then on weekends, I'd fit into Satanism as much as possible. So, and here's another Joker. This is I know for a fact they make a variant of this with the white base, but this is Jim Lee's Joker from Hush. And this thing's really exaggerated. He's got really elongated nose and chin. But the details on this are really fabulous. Like, they do a really good job with that face. And the pose is nice. It's natural. Like, that hand is really inviting. That's what he's doing. He's got this retarded, like, pop gun with the bang on it. That's all sculpted, though. And this is one of my early pieces, too. Probably like a third Batman black and white piece I got. I got Darwin Cook, Jim Aparo, and then this. I got a pretty good deal on it. I love this one. It's a little strange at first, but if you can see those details in that face, I mean, it just blows this thing away. I mean, this is what they used to do. It's really good sculpt. And, you know, the Hush storyline is kind of iffy. It's okay. And the Joker is really not the main point. But, I mean, every villain is thrown in there. I don't know. I'm not a huge Hush fan, to tell you the truth, but... And it's really not my favorite Joker. Brian Boland does the best Joker. Second best Joker, in my opinion, is the Lee Bermejo. That Joker graphic novel. Now, if you look at this, this is like the prime example of what Batman black and white statues can do. This thing is freaking awesome. And really, this deserves its own separate review. It's really above all these in a major way. It's a solid fit base here. You've got this is based off that Joker storyline. This came out around the same time as the Dark Knight did. And there was some debate about which came first. Was it his interpretation, or was it, you know, the Christopher Nolan interpretation? It's very similar. There's scars. But the detail in the coat and the pants and this jacket that's flying around, I mean, that is epic. This thing is freaking sweet. The hair is highly detailed. The face is freaking crazy. Let me get right in there. Can you see it? I doubt you can. I'm trying to help. Trying to help you. It doesn't want to focus. Son of a... Alright, we're going to stop this. We're going to get close. It deserves it. So, yes. Definitely one of the better pieces. Pick this up. Pick the variant up. If you're a Joker fan, get it. I think that face just says it all. And, you know, it's debatable whether Lee Bermejo came up with this design prior to The Dark Knight. I mean, I think he says it was around the same time. I think the release dates were different, but it's very similar to the Christopher Nolan universe Joker. You know, the scars and everything. So anyway, and the attitude definitely has a similar attitude. I just love this thing. So pick this variant up, get it on, you know, the internet. Pick it up. You don't have to get the original. It's just that awesome. Pick it up. And real quick, here is the Joker from Jim Lee. I think it's during the Hush storyline. These crazy elvish, like exaggerated. You know, he's not even human. Even the top of his hair is almost like horns, like a little demon. The hand is really cool. The gesture, the welcoming gesture. He's like, "Come on in, buddy. Come on. Let's hug it out. Let's have some fun." And that gigantic pistol, which is similar to his own exaggerated features. It's got a fully sculpted bang flag there. Oh, let's show the little crooked little toes there. That's cute. Yeah. So this is a good one. This is probably one of the very first Batman black and whites I got. Darwin Cook, Aparo, and then this. I remember that. I remember the order. And so, okay, here we go. Here's the, I hope you can see here. Let's see, let's move over just a little. Let's get a decent shot over. Okay, so here's the Bruce Timm Harley Quinn. In my opinion, the best Harley Quinn statue you can get. I have the Sideshow Collectibles premium format, and I think this is just as good, if not better. It brings me back in time to 1989. Anyway, best Harley Quinn statue, in my opinion, bar none. And they do make a second edition white, and they also make a 12-inch 6-scale colored version, which, I don't know, it just doesn't, I don't really like it as much. I like this black and white. This is so classy to me. She looks like a freaking, just a snapshot of history, in my opinion. So I think that'll do it. Real quick, though, let's just toss this really awful Frank Miller Joker in here. I mean, if you put all these together, which, one day I will do, I guess. I mean, look at them all. The other three, definitely ascend in quality and sculpt. That really disappointing Joker statue. That stinks. Usually I'm happy with these. I'm usually pleasantly surprised every time. But anyway, it's not the worst. It's just not, it's not the greatest. Not at all. I gotta be honest. Okay, guys, to wrap it up, that was a really pointless review of Batman Black and White, Dark Knight Returns, Joker by Frank Miller. Not my favorite. But, hey, get yourself a variant. Get this variant. Get it. This thing is freaking sweet. Get yourself a white variant. This is one of the best Jokers I've ever seen. One of the best Harley Quinns I've ever seen. If you like Jim Lee, well, there's that. Anyway, we're going to be out of here. I'll take another sip of this Weekend Watchman heat-activated mug. Remember, kids, Satanism is what it is. Maybe avoid it. Well, save it for the weekends, okay? On the weekdays, you watch Batman. In any way, shape, or form, you watch that Batman. In fact, on weekends, you should probably go check out Wonder Woman, because that looks like a sweet flick. Satanism, vandalism, let's just not do that anymore. Let's just pay attention to Batman. Let's have some fun. Let's not take things too seriously. Let's be cool to each other. Enjoy some superheroes and some fantasy. Life is good, guys. Life is good. Let's keep it that way as long as we can. Peace. See you guys later.